Coming up on Look Today, well, Marine Noah Cass ran 140 miles from Connecticut to Lake George in honor of Sergeant Eddie Ryan. I've got details. And we've got an update on the Baskets for Ben fundraiser that happened on Friday in Glens Falls. More on that coming up. And City of Glens Falls will update the sewer system underneath Ridge Street. I've got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. On tonight's program I sit down with Amy Bracewell. She's superintendent in the Saratoga National Historical Park, and she's here to talk about this park as well as the historical significance of this sacred site. I also sit down with Tracy Jerson. Now she's coordinator for SPAC's Rock and Run event. Plus we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Marine Noah Cass ran 140 miles from Connecticut and arrived in Lake George on Saturday. Noah made the run in honor of fellow Marine Sergeant Eddie Ryan, who was severely wounded in Iraq in 2005. Now, the event raised awareness for all military veterans in our area, and the two served together, by the way, in 2 tours of duty in Iraq. Well, the event also raised funds to benefit Sergeant Eddie Ryan's medical expenses, and we spoke to Chris Ryan. He's Eddie's dad. We spoke to him about the community showing their support.
Yes, a lot of kids from Lake George. Oh my God, they got them all together. It's just incredible support. And that's what Noah wanted. Noah wanted a crowd. He says, it's just not about me. It's not all about me. I want everybody to come and enjoy and be a part of this. And they did. All kids from Lake George Grammar School, elementary. It's amazing, the support.
Go, Eddie. All right, in other news, another great fundraiser took place on Friday in honor of another military veteran. The 7th annual Baskets for Ben took place at the Queensbury Hotel. Over 100 auction items were donated for the event. Now, Ben Osborne was killed in action in 2010 in Afghanistan. And each year, Bill Osborne, Ben's dad, helps raise money for needy community organizations. Well, we were at the Queensbury Hotel on Friday, and we talked to Bill about the importance of this fundraiser.
This has taken at least 6 months to put together, and wow, all the hard work is paying off. This is our only fundraiser for the year, so we really count on the success of this to fund our operations, and so I'm glad to see that things are looking so well.
It was a great success of fundraiser, and stick around for the lookout tonight. Switching from news to weather. Well, after a weekend of rain, the sun came out. We got some heavy winds, though. But you can expect the temperatures to heat up this week. Let's see how the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponster with your first look weather. So we're going to take a look at this high-pressure system that's going to dominate our weather pattern tonight. So it's going to provide a relatively dry weather pattern. And looking at the maps, northeast, about high pressure, 46 tonight, Buffalo, 49 in D.C., 50 in Albany. So looking at the outlook, 49 degrees, partly cloudy with that northwest wind at about 15 miles per hour. And taking a look for Tuesday, we stay dry, an awesome day to get out there in the water or go for a bike ride, 73 degrees, the actual high temperature. We're going to have a relatively mild start with plenty of sunshine with mid-50s expected for your date for your early morning hours on Tuesday. And take a look at the extended forecast. After a beautiful Tuesday, we warm up, a big warm up. 51 the low Tuesday night, 85 degrees for the high on Wednesday. Although we do have a few storms in the forecast on Thursday, 88 the high temperature. And then a cold front's going to pass by. Going drop down to 75 on Friday, and then by next weekend, Saturday's high 69 or mostly sunny skies after a morning low of 51 degrees. That's look at the first look of the weather. Now let's just send it back to you, Jesse.
Well, thanks, Clarence. You know, we all start someplace, but Clarence there might want to stand in the frame a little more. Back to the news. Well, the sewer system under Ridge Street in Glens Falls will be updated. The project is an estimated $3.9 million and will refurbish the antiquated system that currently flows into the Glens Falls wastewater treatment plant. Now, this will prevent approximately 1/3 of the overflows during heavy rainfall. Well, we spoke to Steve Gersler. He's a city engineer for Glens Falls about how these systems will be updated.
A structural liner inside of the sanitary sewers all the way from Centennial Circle to the city line. And there's going to be very little digging involved with that. We're also going to be putting in clean-out connections where we can go in and rod and clean out each sewer lateral up Ridge Street. And when we find that the sewer laterals to the houses need repair, we're going to put either a liner in, or we're going to repair the city's portion of the sewer lateral.
Well, I hope you understood that. Up next, I sit down with Amy Bracewell. She's a superintendent of the Saratoga National Historical Park. She's here to talk about the park as well as the historical significance of this really sacred site. Plus, I also sit down with Tracy Jerson. She's a coordinator for SPAC's Rock and Run. This is a fundraiser that features local musicians as well as up to 1,500 runners. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I got a couple of lookouts for tonight. I can't tell you what it was like to meet the Ryans, Chris and Angela Ryan, the parents of Eddie Ryan, not to mention Eddie himself, but also Bill Osborne, and because Bill lost his son, Ben. And these are remarkable people who turned tragedy into triumph. You talk to Bill Osborne about the money he raises for the different organizations in honor of his son, Ben, and you can't believe it. And you talk to Chris Ryan, and you see him speak with such passion, and Angela Ryan, such passion about their son and what he did. It was really quite remarkable that there was a convergence of all this within a very short period of time here, and it touched everyone here at Look Media. All right, it's Monday, so we do a look ahead. This week we've got the president of Capital Fund for Saratoga, Tom Fuston's coming in. Scott Hayden from the Adirondack Folk School is coming in. And Riley Walls, he's the kid the young adult that we told you about in the Ballston Spa school system who won a national award for a podcast he did on bullying. He's coming in, and of course we'll be following school budgets all week long as there's a lot of voting going on. Last but not least, I'm in Hannaford where I saw Don Howard. And the reason I'm sitting on Don is that when I decided to tell people about him the last time, I called him Todd. So everybody at Bella's calls him Todd. Don Howard, it was good to see you. Tonight on Look TV, it's Beyond the Headlines and Tracks. Tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.